Welcome to Cass County Today. With me today are Mary Kiesler and Bobby Hardy. They are from Jefferson. It's time for the annual pilgrimage down there. And I don't know if any of y'all have ever been. I probably haven't been in 40 years, really and truly. My grandmother's family is from Jefferson, and I used to go down there with her. So, gosh, I need to go back. But anyways, we're going to talk about the pilgrimage, and then Bobby is in charge of the Bessie Diamond play that's going on for how many years?
59th.
59th year and the 66th
year for
pilgrimage.
The
so, yeah, okay, so we'll just start with the play because I've never seen the play, so tell us all about the play.
Well, the Diamond Bessie murder trial is a story based upon historical fact. It really did happen in Jefferson in 1877. It's a story of a beautiful young woman who came to Jefferson with a man by the name of Abe Rothschild. He murdered her across the bayou in Jefferson, left her body, and returned to Cincinnati. He was a rich diamond salesman, and she got her name because she was from New York, and she had lots of admirers. And they had lavished her with lots and lots of diamonds. And when he met her, it was just sort of, I guess, the appropriate relationship. Here, you know, she was covered in diamonds and he sold diamonds.
Yeah.
He brought her to Texas. They came on Jay Gould's Texas and Pacific Railroad.
Yes, I remember that.
They spent several nights in Marshall, in the old Capitol Hotel, before they arrived in Jefferson. And then they checked into the Brooks House, which was a hotel in Jefferson. They spent a couple of nights and went on a picnic one morning in February.
Oh my.
And that's not normally when you go on a picnic.
No.
But he returned to the Brooks House without Bessie. And then he packed up all of their belongings, returned home. Her body was discovered a month or so later in the snowbank over across the bayou by a lady who was gathering firewood for the Brooks House. The story really starts with his murder trial. And it's the last stages of the murder trial of Abe Rothschild.
Oh, wow.
You know, Jefferson is known for its ghost stories. Well, this is the best one of all because Diamond Bessie rises from her grave and presides over the reenactment of this murder trial.
Oh, this ought to be good.
And I think that if you have not seen Diamond Bessie in 58 years, this is
the time.
Wonderful time to attend.
Yeah. Oh, this would be an awesome thing to see. Now, tell us, you have had to replace some cast members.
Well, we have Judge William J. Cornelius, a gentleman who played the defense attorney for 50 years, died this last November. And James P. Finstrom, a gentleman from Jefferson who is a local attorney, was really chosen by Judge Cornelius to play that role.
How awesome that he would choose his successor.
Yes, and Jim is going to play the part.
Oh, that's good.
I had to replace. We had a lot of the different roles are double cast because we have 5 performances. It's a little difficult for some people to make every one of them. It's volunteer.
Right.
So, and then there's a lot of people who have been in the play for many, many, many years, and they don't want to give up the role, but maybe they don't want to play it 5 performances. David Ham, a young man who grew up in Jefferson, now lives in Gilmer, is playing the role of Abe Rothschild for the 12th time. The man with whom he's sharing the role of Abe is the pastor of the First Baptist Church in Jefferson. His name is Dr. Jeff Taylor.
Oh,
and we are all just ecstatic.
Yeah, that's good.
We think that's going to really be fun.
This ought to be a great performance.
Well, I'm excited about it. It was a little bit challenging because we did have some other cast changes, but Diamond Bessie has intrigued audiences for all of these years. We have many people who return year after year after
See it
year.
again.
And the Playhouse seats only 90 people. So don't wait very long to purchase your tickets if you have not done so.
How much are the tickets?
$20 a piece.
Okay.
They are available by calling Mary Margaret Harvey at 903-665-6075.
So that's the only way you can get them. They're not
That's-
available on the
that-
web. You've got
That
to
is
call
the
Mary
only
Margaret.
way you can get them. You can come to the Playhouse prior to one of the performances, and if there is an available seat, you might have to stand in line and hope someone doesn't show up.
Yeah.
But
Okay, well this is going to be a great evening out. You could go have supper, you could go to play, and then if you want to come back, you said on Friday and Saturday begins the pilgrimage, the tour of homes, right? And she's brought us some brochures, and you should see these houses. They're just beautiful. They're spectacular homes.
They're wonderful. Again, the dates are May 2nd. That's when the play begins. 7:30 that night on Thursday night, and then it runs on Friday the 3rd and the 4th, and and then on Sunday, Saturday and Sunday the play does.
Okay.
The homes are on tour on the Friday and the Saturday, the 3rd and the 4th, from 11 to 4. And Dunlora has never been on pilgrimage before. It's just David and Elizabeth Puckett are the owners of Dunlora, and they've done a beautiful job. Dunlora is the name of Elizabeth's family plantation that was in Virginia.
Oh, how neat.
And Elizabeth's lineage goes back to Robert E. Lee. And the items, the furnishings, the portraits, the paintings, everything in that home is just outstanding.
I'm sure.
And then Mosley Manor has been on Candlelight, but not on Pilgrimage.
Okay.
And that's Vicki and Joe Lee's home. Gorgeous. All of these homes have beautiful gardens.
I wonder if they take care of their own gardens. Do they do that?
I know that Joe and Vicki do, and David does too. I see them.
That makes it
they've
even more
listened.
special.
It is.
It really does.
is.
we have a lot of master gardeners in
Yeah,
Jefferson.
Jefferson.
I'm not one, but
I'm
there
not
are
one
a
either.
lot of them.
But there are.
Then the Beard House has been on pilgrimage numerous times back in the older days of pilgrimage, when Dr. and Mrs. DeWare owned it. Now their son Bill and his wife Becky live there and own it, and have opened it up for us this year for pilgrimage. And then White Oak Manor has been on before under different ownership. New owners this year, the Doriots have it, and it's just we're so excited about the homes. They all have gates, and so inside the gates of Jefferson is our theme for this year. We have so many things going on during pilgrimage. There's the home tours. We have the craft and heirloom plant sale. The garden club, of course, the pilgrimage is sponsored by the Jesse Allen Wise Garden Club. So the ladies, we started a few years back taking clippings from their heirloom plants in their gardens and propagating them, getting ready to sell them. And so we have the craft fair, then we added that heirloom plant sale to it too. So you can get plants that are heirloom and have been grown in Jefferson for years.
That's amazing.
And then the neat thing, this year, we have a fig tree that's been growing in the courtyard of the Excelsior Hotel. Of course, the Excelsior is owned by the Garden Club, and it is headquarters for pilgrimage. And so this fig tree is growing from the building next door and out of the wall. Who knows how long it's been there. But it's causing damage to the brick, and so it's going to have to be removed. Well, cuttings have been taken from that fig tree,
What a great
and
idea.
they will be on sale in the plant sale.
That's a great way to preserve the fig
It
tree.
is, and then have part of Jefferson and part of the Excelsior. Years ago, when the Garden Club ladies had purchased the hotel and they were doing dinners to pay for the renovations and all, the fig leaves would be used for the salads or however that they chose to use them.
It's a beautiful tree.
Gorgeous tree, and the figs are wonderful.
I love figs.
We have always had a pilgrimage quilt show. The building that it was in has been sold, but this year we've added to the quilt show. We call it Stitched, Woven, and Hooked. Heritage Fiber Arts.
Yes,
along
fiber
with the
arts
quilts.
are a big thing right now.
Yes, and it will be in the Jefferson Transportation and Visitors Center
Okay.
building. That's at 305 East Austin.
Okay.
And
It's easy to find.
so we have hooked rug projects, we have quilts, we have crocheted projects. I had a call yesterday that there's some items from that date back to a great aunt. It sounds like it's embroidery work that she's bringing to, and then Bobby has a crocheted bedspread that she's putting in, as well as some quilts. And then we have one lady, Margaret Jones, has 3 quilts that were used by her family members in the Civil War that she always allows us to exhibit. So it's going to be a wonderful, there'll be hooked rugs, hooked items, stitched items. It's just a great, we're looking forward to the expansion of it this year.
Yeah.
Then that's on the Friday and Saturday.
Okay.
On Saturday, we have the parade.
That's
And
always
it's
a highlight, isn't it?
always great.
It is.
Wonderful, great parade. And at the end of the parade, we have the town skirmish that those Yankees and the Confederates.
The Civil War reenactors participate.
That's right.
Yeah.
And that sets the stage for the reenactments that go on in the afternoon on Saturday afternoon and Sunday afternoon. And then after the parade, enjoy the Excelsior House Grand Ballroom Courtyard Buffet.
Oh, there you go.
We had done things like a little sandwich and having, because the restaurants are so they're crowded.
They're crowded, yeah.
And so we had done through the Excelsior House some, sack lunches with sandwiches. Well, last year we did this buffet with soups, a couple of different soups, fruit salad, green salad, and a couple of hot sandwiches. And then the cookies for the dessert, and it's well worth the $14.
There you go.
So you can call the hotel for that.
And so will they need reservations for that?
Reservations are encouraged.
Okay.
It will be served from 11:30 until 2.
Okay.
So, and reservations are encouraged, but we just it's being able to sit out on the courtyard.
It is beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
Really.
And the weather's gonna be perfect.
We hope it.
Oh, it will.
We do.
It
We
will.
hope it will. Then on Friday and Saturday evening, if you haven't had enough, and before you go to the play, we have a Twilight Garden stroll. We have 4 beautiful gardens, and
I would
we have.
love to see
Well, the Finstrom's garden is just wonderful, but this last storm we had, a tree, huge tree, fell on their garage and just destroyed
Demolished.
it. Did, and so we replaced their garden with the Azalea Inn garden. So we have that, and the Freeman garden, and the Walla garden, and the Heaster garden, and they're all beautiful gardens. And they'll be at headquarters at the Excelsior. There'll be a map. Well, the map is in the brochure.
Yeah.
But there'll be an additional map so that you'll know the Azalea Inn, how to find that. But we just have so much going on. And of course, as always, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday tours of the At Atlanta J. Gould's private rail car, which is just a treat.
That's a beautiful, I have been in there too, and that's a nice exhibit.
It
if
is.
We'll call it that.
It
Yes.
is.
You didn't mention, is there a cost for the garden tour?
No
There's
cost for the
that.
garden tour. A cost for the homes is $20 for the home, all 4 homes, and that ticket is good both days.
Okay.
If you don't get through all the homes,
Come back the
then
next
come back.
day.
No charge for the quilt, the Heritage Fiber Art. No charge there, and no charge for the Twilight Garden.
Well, I must tell you, a few years ago, my daughter and I came down to the quilt show. I think it was probably the year that you came up and talked about it,
Probably.
because I got all excited that year.
The January.
The
quilt show.
January.
Yes,
we have
the
a
quilt
January
show.
quilt show.
Well, you inspired her. She's she's older, 30, and she'd never sewn a day in her life. She didn't care about it. She
I
saw
remember.
those quilts. She took up quilting, girl. She's quilting all
Well,
the
tell
time.
her to bring
Yes,
a
I
quilt
should,
project and come Thursday the 2nd so that it can be exhibited for our Quilt and Fiber Arts show.
Well, she had never cared about it at all
Oh,
until she
my.
came down there and saw those, and she
We
thought,
need a
I
label
can
that
do that.
says she was inspired
She
by the
was,
Jefferson
she was.
quilt.
How about that? Well, and that anyone, anybody who would like to exhibit any handwork, crochet, knit, crewel, needlepoint, rug hooking, if you've a dress, weaving.
Right.
We just yesterday a lady is going to bring her loom and demonstrate weaving.
What a
We don't
great
know
idea.
we don't know exactly which day, but she's working that out for
What a
her
great idea,
schedule.
though.
The Friday or the Saturday. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So if they would like to put enter a project, fine. There's no charge for that.
Okay.
They just need to bring them on Thursday the 2nd between 10 and 2
Mhm.
to the Jefferson Transportation and Visitor Center.
Okay, so there you go. If you've got anything you'd like to display, well, take it down
And
there.
if they would like to give a phone call, they can call the hotel,
Okay.
903-665-2513.
Oh,
And
yeah.
we do have a website and email,
Okay.
jeffersonpilgrimage.com, and Jessie A. Wise at msn.com is the email.
Okay.
So it's JESSIEAWISE
Okay.
at
MSN.
msn.com.
All right. Well, did we miss anything that we need to tell them about?
Well,
Y'all should stop by here. There'll be a couple of these, a few brochures here at the TV station if you want to stop by and pick up one. We're going to leave a few out for you. But it's a great weekend to go
It
down there.
is.
You've got Thursday through Sunday an opportunity to go see something or all.
right.
And the money goes for a great cause, and it's for the
Right.
garden center. It keeps.
The garden club, it continues the garden club, the Jesse Allen Wise Garden Club owns the hotel.
Yeah.
The Jefferson Playhouse where the play is held, and Jekyll's car. So the money goes.
Historical
it's-
preservation.
Yes,
right.
that's what it's for. Yes, and beautification. I must say, Jefferson's a beautiful.
Thank you, thank you.
I don't know how long all this has been in the works. I know you've been at it quite a few years here, but it shows. It shows that people care about Jefferson.
Oh, they do?
One
Yes.
thing I did not say that I think is interesting, Diamond Bessie is buried in our cemetery in
Is she?
Jefferson.
Yes, she is.
And the members of the garden club, in addition to everything else they do, they tend Diamond
To
Bessie's
her
grave,
grave.
her real grave.
I wonder how he got her to come to Texas. Do you know that? I mean,
Well,
why
I think
they
she
choose
just
to-
followed him. We
Right.
think that they were married
Okay.
in Illinois
Mm-hmm.
in January of 1877. Some of those real facts are a little bit sketchy, we presume, some of them, but pretty certain. At least she followed him to Texas. And
Yeah.
Of all the places to Jefferson.
to
Right,
Jefferson,
to
can you
Jefferson.
imagine?
Yeah. But Jefferson's a great little town.
It is a great little
It is.
town.
It's wonderful.
And
It
it's not
is.
very far from Atlanta.
No, it's
Not far
You know,
at all.
I say I live south of Atlanta.
Atlanta's not much bigger though than Jefferson. It may not be hardly any bigger, but
But it's Jefferson's great.
it is. It's a great little town.
It's
It's a
a-
great day to spend a day or a weekend.
It is.
It
It
is.
is. It sure is.
Atlanta's a great little town too.
We are doing our best to make Atlanta grow and
Yes.
catch up with y'all.
Mhm.
We really are. Y'all are kind of our models too.
Good.
But your hard work is obvious. It's evident.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very
Well,
much.
we appreciate y'all coming.
Well, thank
We
you.
enjoyed
you.
talking to you. Hope it's not too
Enjoyed
many more years
talking
before
to
you come
you.
back. You should be sure to come back every year.
Well, we will,
All right,
certainly
we'll do
next year for
Yes.
the 60th anniversary of
Sure.
What a
Diamond
great,
Bessie.
yeah, what's the
Won't that be
60th?
a wonderful?
Of the play.
Of the play.
And the
And it'll be the 67th of the pilgrimage, yeah.
Mhm.
That's really something
Yeah.
special. Yeah.
We have a lot of wonderful garden club members who dedicate so much time and
Yeah.
effort
Yeah.
to this pilgrimage and other projects
Yes.
that we do. But pilgrimage is really
Is your main one.
main one, yeah.
Well, it's going to be a fun weekend in Jefferson next weekend. So if you got any questions, call the Excelsior House. They can tell you anything you want. But be sure if you're going to go, get your tickets for the play early, or you may not get your tickets. It's
That's
a
That's
busy
right.
place, yeah. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in today and catching up on what's going on just south of Atlanta, down in Jefferson. Until next week, be safe, and we'll catch you then.